Hi there, Evan here at the Chronicle, where the future starts today. Coming to you on the Friday before Canadian Thanksgiving, October 11th, 2019. As I likely won't be doing a video before then, in advance, to all my Canadian followers, happy Thanksgiving. Now let's get right into it. Two topics I want to cover. First, the Canadian jobs report for September came out, plus 54,000 jobs. Government was up 33,000. Of course, we have an election coming up. And self-employed was up 42,000. So besides that, really not a good report. However, one bright spot, in fact, the Canadian dollar and Canadian bond yields love this today. Unemployment ticked down 0.2 to 5.5%. In fact, speaking of yields, the Canadian 5-year yield now is up close to 40 basis points since just after Labor Day. So it looks like the housing market's now going to have to deal with a little bit of a mortgage rate spike. But anyhow, you know where I stand here. The number one thing I'm watching is unemployment. The fact that it ticked down 0.2, and the bottom tick for unemployment earlier this year was 5.4%. Look for it to tick higher, 0.4 of a basis point from the bottom point. So we need to see it, as of right now, hit 5.8% for the masses to really start getting worried. Enough of that. Lastly, I mentioned in a previous video that the Fed was launching their next stage of QE infinity. Well, now we have the details. The Fed is going to start buying $60 billion of Treasury bills per month. And those purchases are going to carry forward into at least Q2 of next year. And here's the interesting one. Fed to conduct overnight and term repos through at least January. Now on that last point about the repo market, we've seen a spike in the amount of overnight repo done in the last 2 days here. It's gone from about 30 billion up to just over 60 billion last night. The max liquidity the Fed is injecting is 75 billion. And look, as I said before, the problems here haven't gone away. They've only gotten worse. As I mentioned here, as I mentioned in a previous video also, the problem's only getting worse. The Fed knows it. Expect this to continue. Now, what do I think's happening here? Personally, now again, this is just speculation on my part. I think we're going to see a negative headline out of China or Hong Kong, or with one of these unicorn companies in the next couple of days here. That's my guess. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and leave it there. Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, follow both my Twitter accounts, and again, a happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian followers out there. And as always, my name is Evan. This is the Chronicle, where the future starts today.